Hello, my name is Samuel Warwick. I have autism. The entertainment industry has been a huge part of my childhood. So, by being inspired to see other entertainment podcasters interviewing other people from television shows, I decided to do one myself. To know about some funny behind the scenes, bloopers, and some stuff that we probably didn't know about while they were making the certain type of show. This is Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. Let's go to the podcast now. Alright, hello there everybody. Welcome back to Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick, with me, your host. First of all, I just want to just say thank you all for all the birthday shout-outs and messages yesterday. I really appreciate all I appreciate, sometimes I stutter a bit, but I just appreciate all the support that y'all give me. And yeah, I can't believe I'm 21, It's really it's really great to, be around with y'all for so many years on YouTube and just starting with all this nostalgia. But anyway, today is actually going to be a very special podcast, because for those of you that do not remember watching the PBS show Tresure, I'm sure a lot of you guys do, Tresure Ruffman. I have somebody from the show who was a season 4 fetcher. Her name is Bethany Owens, and she is with me right now. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. I first wanted to also say happy belated birthday. You didn't tell me your birthday just passed.
Yeah. I think I said it in one email that my birthday. It was my birthday.
You did send. Sorry, I have short-term memory loss, but happy belated birthday.
It's okay. I understand. But yeah, I'm really excited because, and like I said, we do have questions. So we do have some questions beforehand. I think somebody did ask a few questions, and I just, and I also ask people for other questions just so we can get to know, the person better. So, yeah. All right, but my first question is, what made you get into acting?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I kind of just was one of those kids who always liked doing some theater stuff and things like that. And basically I did a few different smaller things before Fetch. I did a pilot TV show that never got aired, and probably some other odds and ends that I don't really fully remember. But what I do remember... Yeah, what I do fully remember, though, is that I saw Fetch on TV, and I just, saw, one episode, and I was like, I really want to do that, because I've always been into science. That was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite. You saw one episode.
What season was it? Did you meet any of the Fetchers beforehand? That's actually my first question. Did you meet any of the Fetchers beforehand?
No.
You didn't meet, Sam Blumenfield, the 1, 2, 3, Sam, or you didn't meet Anna, you didn't meet, Maddie Bader, you didn't meet any of those?
No, but I think I did meet some of them, but I don't fully remember it because I was 12. I was 11 when it was filming, so I really don't fully remember. Yeah. But they did have some kind of events and things where I might have met a few people, but everyone would have been much older than me,
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually was through your resume, and I actually did see that. It was a pilot called Giggles, I believe.
Yeah, wow, you found it?
Yeah, I think I found one of your resumes.
Oh, okay.
So, cool. But that's really, really cool. But that's really cool. How did you even get the audition to be a part of Fetch?
Well, it just happened that when I saw the show, I was like, Mom, I want to be on that show, because we had already done some acting things, So she was like, oh, well, let me, find out about it. She looked it up, and they were auditioning, and it was in the WGBH. The building is in Boston.
Yes.
So some people traveled from other states. There were people from California and stuff in those auditions. And that particular year, because it was the 4th season of Fetch, It was like one of the biggest turnouts since they started doing auditions. So I think it was like somewhere between like 3,000 and 5,000 people from all over the country came to audition that year. So I was like, when I walked in the first day into the WGBH building, it was just like full of people, like so many people everywhere. And I was like, wow, I don't know how possible this is going to be, you know, because they only picked six kids. So
whoa. Because I actually, you know what? I remember seeing the episode where like I think this was actually the very first episode of like the season where Ruff, you know, he got his show canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did see a little bit of behind the scenes of that. You know, there was like a line where everybody was standing.
I don't think they shot anything from the audition. I do remember though that when they told us we were going to be on the show, they sent cameramen to our house, and they just had us like showing them like our bedroom and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
We had no idea we had been selected at that point. We just thought.
That must be scary.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of people just coming to your house randomly.
Well, we knew they were coming. We just thought it was like another stage, because you know the audition process wasn't like, oh, one audition and we picked 6 kids. Like they did so many auditions. I don't even remember how many, but I remember each time you did an audition, you would wait for a callback. You know, and I don't even remember. Sometimes it would be a couple days, sometimes it'd be a couple weeks. Like you didn't know when you would find out if you got a call back to go back and audition. So they would just make the group smaller and smaller and smaller. And then finally I knew that there was just 14 kids left out of everybody. And we went to that audition, which was really small. And then after that audition, I remember that's when they called and they said, all right, we're doing one more audition. It's going to be at your house this time. We want to see you in your space, like that kind of thing. But instead they came and like they surprised us on camera, like, oh, you're gonna be on the show, you know. I think they did put that in the first episode. I really don't remember.
Yes, they did. Because I think I actually watched that clip. The clip's actually on YouTube, but I actually watched the clip today before I actually started. But yeah. I'm trying to think what really like other questions. Sometimes it's really hard to, you know, come up with questions, you know, when you're doing a podcast. But like, you know, you gotta, right? But yeah, what was one? Oh yeah, did you know any? I'm pretty sure you know you met. Of course you met you were with those group of kids, but. But did you know those kids? Like, did you know those kids? You know, before you, like the kids that were on the season. Did you know them?
Definitely not. We all met, you know, for the show, and they do. So it probably appears on screen like we're all just like the best of friends. We're not like acting awkward around each other. But that's because they do, what is it called? Like friendship building stuff. Like we have like outings before the show starts filming. You know, we go and do stuff together. So I don't remember everything that we did together, but my favorite thing, we did like some I forgot what it's called, but it's basically where you go to one of those places in the middle of the woods and there's like obstacles up in the sky and stuff, and you get on ropes and you know you climb stuff. And, yeah, we just did like little group building exercises like that.
Yeah, I think I did see a little bit of that. I forgot.
They definitely didn't air that. That was not.
They didn't air that. Oh, they didn't.
No, that was our team building stuff before we even started.
Oh yeah, but it seemed like I don't know. How did the auditions go? Like when you got the audition process, like was that really rough on the phone, or is that a producer calling you?
Well, it's definitely not a producer. It's an actor. It's an actor.
Oh, so it was Jim Conroy calling you.
Yeah.
Jim Conroy. Jim Conroy called you. Yeah. Literally called you on the phone. So this is probably when they were doing the episode, saying that, "Hey, yo, Bethany, you got to roll and fetch."
Yeah, that was a call from Jim. Correct. Yeah.
So what did he act in Ruff, or did he act in his Ruff voice, or did he just?
His Ruff voice. Oh well, the Ruff voice is basically his voice. Honestly, like when you hear this guy talk, he just like.
Well, actually, how was he? What? How is he? Did you actually physically meet him? How is he?
Yeah. Oh, he's funny. I mean, he's very much. He looks. So people don't know, but Ruff. I don't fully remember. This could be kind of wrong because this was told to me over 10 years ago, but I recall someone saying that the Ruff character was based on the way Jim Conroy, I think it's Conroy, the way he looks in real life. And
Yeah, I
I
actually
think that's accurate.
knew that too.
Well, I
I,
think it's accurate because if you look at Ruff, like they do look similar. It's so weird. Like obviously they don't look exactly alike, but you can tell. But yeah, he's very much similar to like the Ruff character from what I remember. He's funny and like light spirited. He makes everybody laugh. And yeah, he was a great choice for as a voice actor for that character.
oh, very, that's very, very cool. But now, who did you bond with the closest? Like, which one of the fetch friends? Because I actually know this. I actually know that you and Liza follow each other on IG. So I think
Yeah.
you're very close with her.
Yeah, so I definitely was closest with her on the show. She was like my big sister kind of,
Oh
you know.
yeah.
Relationship.
And actually, I think I saw another podcast with her, and actually, I don't know what podcast it's called, but they were like these are like this. I forgot what the podcast is called, but I recently I wanted to see if I could get her into this podcast, but honestly, she says, oh boy, she was like, oh boy, we're going back to like somebody said we're going back to '08 here. She said, is Ruff awesome? And she said. And she said, yeah, but but then they said, we won't show any clips of you. And she says, yeah, please don't. So, I don't know if she I don't know if she wants to be, I don't know if she doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all of us are probably, I mean, I kind of I went through a phase where I had the same thing where if someone even like brought Fetch up, I was like embarrassed, not because I was embarrassed that I was on the show, but I was a kid, you know. It's kind of like someone pulling up your baby pictures at lunch. It's just like, oh my god, like don't show that to people, you know what I mean? And then
Oh,
people,
yeah.
you know, it's just, it opens up a can of worms.
Yeah, don't worry. I've had a few people that have, randomly blocked me because I just mentioned them from other shows. Yeah, I actually the most one I've had is actually a show that actually aired on like TLC. Like it was a show called Jim Henson's Animal Jam. I don't know if you've heard of that show or not, but I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't. It was probably like way past. But like, yeah, I wanted some of the dancers actually blocked me on there. I proposed blocked me, but and I think Liza was actually one of the first people when I started Instagram. I think she blocked me, but then she recently unblocked me again. But
I don't know. I mean, you have to understand too, like we don't get harassed, but like people do a lot of weird things who remember us from the show. Like I've had to block people for being weird, and you know, maybe I'm not
I
saying
understand.
that.
Although that was another thing. I was a little scared that somebody was gonna actually block. That's why But it's great that I'm doing this step. I was a little afraid to start a podcast because sometimes it's like really hard because sometimes what if this person thinks that this person from your childhood actually was harassing, like they think that you're being this weirdo. So
Well, you did a good job by emailing me. Like you did it nice and professionally. You were you wrote me a nice email. You were responsive. It's not like you slid into my DMs on Instagram, like that's
yeah,
a good way to get ignored.
Oh yeah. That's why I don't DM people. That's why I start with emails. I think, yeah. So, but that year it was like '08. It was '08 when you filmed the fourth season. So yeah, because I read on the Wikipedia you filmed it a year ahead of time. So, like season one was filmed in '05. Season 2 was filmed in '06, Season 3 was filmed in '07, and your season was filmed in '08. And oh my gosh, around that time, I think you probably saw my email picture, but I actually have a Thomas photo of me. It's a photo of Edward from Thomas. So if you see me on Gmail, yeah, I'm like the biggest Thomas fan ever, one of the biggest Thomas fans out there.
That's so funny.
but yeah, I'm like the biggest Thomas fans out there, and I believe Thomas was actually going through a phase around that time too. It was switching to CGI, so yeah, I don't know if you watched Thomas on PBS at all.
When I was a kid, I used to also really love Thomas the Tank Engine. I personally never saw the CGI version, to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Like that, I think.
Really? But as far as I was aware, Pierce Brosnan was actually supposed to take over for that. So
I don't know anything about the people who produced it. We had it on VHS when I was a kid, and I just watched
oh
them all the time.
oh,
Yeah,
nice. But also we had Barney. I have a lot of Barney fans, but I'm not real big on Barney.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think I was either. I think we had maybe like one Barney VHS tape that I definitely didn't watch that many times.
but
But yeah,
yeah, I'm a bit. But anyway, what one of your favorite fetch challenges? Cause I read a few videos and one of them said your favorite was the golf cart challenge, and then another one said that your favorite was, well, not the golf cart but the go kart challenge, and
yeah.
one of them, and then you said you liked going the superhero on the Ruff interview.
Oh yeah, that one was really fun.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
mean, my favorite was definitely the go-kart one. That's definitely still accurate. I still talk about that
Oh
challenge to
my
this
gosh.
day.
I actually saw a
Uh,
recent photo of you.
yeah.
And
Oh, because I went go-karting for my birthday
yeah.
actually. My
Oh,
boyfriend.
really? Well,
Yeah, because
I'm actually showing off my figures here, Mario and Luigi from Mario Kart.
oh,
So
that's funny.
I play
Yeah.
Mar. Yeah, these are actually on my birthday cake, and I actually believe this Mario Kart Wii was actually released when you guys. I don't. I think it was released the year y'all were filming it, but I don't really know exactly
Yeah, I
because
wouldn't know.
I'm really, I don't really know the month when, the month you were really filming. I don't know if you remember the particular month you were filming. I know it was probably summertime,
Yeah, it was definitely summer. That's
but I'm
all I
not sure
really
if it was June or
remember.
July
Well,
or.
it was months. It wasn't like we filmed for a week or a month. It was like months. I think we were filming for like 3 or 4 months, maybe something like that.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. There's actually, and I do remember in one like interview when you were like you were like in like this park. I saw a video of it, and when you were like in this park, and actually, I think when you went go karting, or not, but you went biking, and then you had an accident, and then you literally
Oh,
went
yeah,
to and then you had to go to the hospital about that.
I did. Yeah,
Oh
that was
gosh.
probably my least favorite
Oh gosh.
challenge that we did.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because I had a pretty reckless wipeout that day.
Oh gosh. I feel who I think what wasn't Talia with you too?
Yeah, she also fell. She had more of like scrapes on her arms. And but the problem with the
Ooh.
way I fell was I fell in a way where the um basically, you know how there's handlebars? The
Yeah.
handlebars basically turned like so that they were like perpendicular with my body, so that it basically stabbed me in the stomach,
Ooh.
and it like, so
Ooh.
I just like flipped over the handlebars like that. Yeah, so I
Ouch.
had like bruising like on my abdomen, so that's why I had to like leave.
Ooh.
But I
Ooh.
don't think I would
But
have
I don't.
gotten back on the
But I
bike
don't think
after
that was. I
filming.
don't think that was your last challenge. I know what your last challenge was, and you actually lost it. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Did you literally cry like during that? I think
yeah,
you did. I think
yeah.
you
I was a
did.
little kid, you know. I was just like, I don't
Yeah.
even think I really cared that much about winning fetch, and like, it wasn't because I was like, oh my gosh, like I lost. Like, it was more just like, of course, I was sad that I lost the challenge and that I wasn't going to be able to participate in anything else in that episode. You know, like that's
Yeah.
what I was upset
But
about.
you guys
But
were
yeah.
off a train too. You guys went off like an Amtrak train. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, that oh yeah, because the last episode was really long. I mean, we shot that in so many different
Yeah.
locations, and
Yeah.
we honestly didn't even know like what our how much. I mean, well, I don't know if I can say that, so never mind.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, actually, you know what? I think you were also, I think one of my, also, I actually didn't see this episode recently, but I remember watching it on Netflix was airing it. And
Hmm.
I remember watching the one with the turkey vultures. Oh my god, when Ruff turned into a vulture. Oh my god, that was so hilarious.
Yeah, I actually really liked that episode too. Honestly, I liked pretty much all of the episodes. The only challenge I did not have like fun doing was definitely the one I had the accident, but also
Yes.
the spider one. Like I was super happy about the
Oh my god, I
tarantula,
remember that
but
one
I did
too.
not like
Oh
that.
my god, I
Yeah.
remember that one too. That
Yeah.
one, oh my god, I probably would have been scared if it was a freaking Black Widow. I would have been scared.
Just spiders in general. I hate them. I mean, I didn't mind the tarantula. I had a really good time like having a
Oh
tarantula as
my
a pet.
gosh.
It's different when it's in a cage and it's like bigger
Yeah,
and it's like you can see it, you know.
but
But
Also, I remember when you were actually alone. You were like alone, like when everybody else was out there. Like you were actually alone, and like Chet had like a cheese, had a cheese party.
Wow,
Like,
you
oh
have
my
such a
god.
better memory of this than I do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember any of this.
Hey, I mean, it's been really a while it's been like, well, I actually haven't seen it in like a few years now. But
Whoa,
like,
you remember so much.
but yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Besides Liza, who else were you like really connect to?
Brian.
Oh
He used to make
yes,
me
yes,
laugh so
Brian.
hard.
Oh my God, yes, Brian. I'm not sure about, but I'm not really sure about. I don't know if you keep in contact with any of. I know you keep in contact with Liza, but anybody else?
Well, I don't necessarily like keeping, I mean, so Liza, like I have her on my social media. I like her stuff, I comment on things, I support her, I see what she's
Yeah.
doing, her theater and all that stuff. None of us like hang out in real life though. I don't even think any of us live anywhere near each other. Like, I think Isaac lives in like Colorado or something. I don't know, Utah. I don't know. He
Oh
lives in like
wow.
somewhere else. He moved somewhere
Oh
else.
yeah,
And
but you're still in Massachusetts.
yeah, I still live in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I'm from SC. I'm from South Carolina, so
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll spread out. I have no idea
I think
where Talia
I
is.
think Liza's in New York. I think Liza's in New
Yeah,
York.
I think she's somewhere like that too. She's
Yeah.
probably going between Massachusetts and New York. I think maybe even Cali, depending on like what she's doing with the acting. Brian, I have no idea where he lives. Because not everybody really uses their
Yeah.
social media that much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Sterling.
forgot about him.
Um, Oh, actually, I did have him on social media at one point, but I remember maybe like probably about 10 years ago. So how old am I now? Yeah, so probably about 8 years ago, maybe like 8 or 10 years ago, I had messaged him. I don't remember what I asked. I think I was just like, hey, what's up, or something along those lines. And he basically just like said something really weird back to me and then blocked me. So I'm not in touch with him
Oh.
anymore.
Yeah. People don't want to remember you. People don't want to remember. That's okay though.
No, I
That's
mean,
really
I
okay.
think I honestly think he was just. I honestly think he was just a teenager. Like I don't even remember what the conversation was. I just remember there was something weird.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh. Really?
but I mean, it was probably just like something. I'm not even sure that was him. Like I have no idea.
Yeah. He just said something. Yeah. You just said, "Hey, what's up?" And then he just
Something like that.
blocks you. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
basically.
yeah. 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 What was really another thing? I've already asked you your favorite challenge. I think one time I remembered you were actually a conductor in like
Yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah. I loved doing that episode. That was
Yeah.
probably one of my
I mean,
favorite.
season 4 was actually one of the first was one actually the first episode was actually one of the first seasons to actually have a story plot to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, all other seasons before y'all's they had just random stuff. And then, oh yeah, did you meet anybody from season 5 afterwards? Like, did you meet anybody from season 5?
No, honestly, season 5 felt like they were millions of light years behind us because, I mean, so like you said, like we filmed in 2008. I think
Yeah,
the show aired in 2009, and then so that means that it was like
yeah.
4 years between like us filming and them
Well, yeah,
airing. So we
I
did
think
not
they
cross
filmed a
paths.
year after you. They filmed a year after you, and then they
No.
aired. Well, I mean, I did hear that there was supposed to be a sixth season. I don't know if you know anything about that, but there was supposed to be a sixth season, and then it got
Yeah, so
canceled.
yeah, I don't remember exactly why the sixth season got canceled, but I did know at one point in my life. I just honestly don't remember. And even if I did remember, I'm not even sure I would be allowed to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, there are things that you're
Yeah.
allowed to really talk about, and there are some things that you're not allowed to really talk about.
Yeah, I don't really remember everything that I'm not supposed
Yeah,
to talk about, which is why I'm trying to be careful. But I mean, obviously, we signed contracts and everything, you know, when we were told we were going to be on the show. I was a minor, so I'm not even sure how much like my signature weighs. I also don't know what the statute of limitation is, like, because I know a lot of contracts for TV shows and stuff are like 5 years, 10 years. It's obviously been longer than that, so I honestly don't know. But I'm still just not going to talk about. I don't want to ruin anybody's like, what is it
Oh,
called?
I
Like,
understand.
memory.
Yeah, I really understand. And I mean, hey, I think you came to television when TV was starting to take a weird turnaround. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, but yeah, a lot, this is only my second episode of the podcast. So I mean, I don't know if I don't know how long I'm gonna really. I don't know how much I can really go for. I don't know how much I can, but hey, did you have anybody ever on the street stop and say, "Hey, you were from Fetch"?
Yes.
How many people knew you?
I mean, when the show first aired, I kind of felt like every time I left my house, somebody was saying something to me. But after a couple of years, obviously, like, people aged out, whatever. I had a couple of times when I was at school and like a teacher was like, my kid was watching you last night on TV, and I'm just realizing it was you, and I'm like, oh, like that's funny. Like that happened a couple times. But now that I'm an adult, there was like a couple of years where I felt like no one, I just like forgot I was even on the show. But then in the last like year or two, like Defunct made an episode about Fetch and like the history of Fetch and everything. And
Oh
that, yeah,
yeah,
it got
I
like a
know
million
Defunct
views.
Land.
Yeah.
I know Defunct Land. I know that channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
So
not a bad
basically,
channel. I like it. I like his channel. He's not
yeah,
bad.
after Defunct like made that episode, I started getting a lot more people like messaging me again and like reaching out to me. And every now and then, I have someone in public just like staring at me. And when that used to happen, it was because they recognized me from the show, but they weren't sure it was
Oh
me.
yeah.
I had times where that happened a couple times, or they're just staring and being weird. I can never tell, but I'm not going to like see someone staring at me and be like, hey, are you staring at me because I was on that show? So I
Oh
just
my,
like,
yeah. I mean, I understand. I mean, I haven't really told this in my last episode, but I have done some acting myself, actually. So I just, well, most of the stuff's animated, but I actually did do an acting thing for my church. A long time, about a couple of years ago, they did like this story about like around Christmas time. They did like this
yeah.
story, and I made like a cameo appearance in it, and like we were sitting around like a campfire. So yeah, that's something I actually never really, you know, told Mr. like my last person, which is somebody from like a show called Dooley. I never told him the last time my acting experience. So I do
Yeah.
have a little bit of acting. I do a lot of just voiceover now. Somebody like I'm a big part of the Thomas fan base. Well, I'm not. Well, I'm not. I just do like random Thomas stuff. And I found out that somebody actually ripped a DVD. Like somebody ripped a foreign DVD with a foreign language of like the fifth season of Thomas, and they found a whole dubbing track, which means without the narration in it. So
Yeah.
I'm technically doing something. So I'm technically doing stuff with that, and that's just something I like to really do. And I'm actually reading your resume here. I'm reading your resume here, and I think you actually played like a student in like Boston's Finest.
Yeah, so I played a lot of things, honestly. Like after Fetch, I did a lot of like background work where I had some principal roles. So I was like, there were some things I was acting in that honestly I never even saw afterward because I don't know why,
Hmm.
honestly. There was one that I really wanted to see that I knew was going to be so funny. And that guy just like
Yeah.
disappeared off the face of the planet. So I
But
don't know. It was
yeah.
just like,
But yeah, and
but
I think some of these, radio and live events is actually when you made an appear is when you actually talked about Fetch, I believe, like some of those live appearances when you talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
Fetch.
Pretty much all of those were people like asking me questions, like they want an autograph or something like that. It's usually just
Yeah.
like a bunch of kids.
Oh,
But
do you still have anything from the show? Do you still have anything from the show, like any like
oh,
productions or shirts or
yes,
anything?
yes. I
Oh,
still have like my lab coat from the NASA episode. I still have
Cool.
some like NASA. Yeah, I have like NASA water that I got from the like tank thing that you exercise. Like I still have a bunch of like random things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. That is really cool. I don't know if you have any, stuff from like. Do you have like any tape recordings or tapes at all of you from then? I wouldn't
No.
think so, because I think Fetch is only streaming now on like Amazon. So
Yeah, so I knew it was on Netflix at one point, and I randomly like watched an episode or two on there just
yeah,
because I was like, oh, it's on Netflix, like that's cool. And
yeah. I think
that's
they only
also when I
did
started.
seasons 3 and 4 at the time. I watched it back in
Yeah,
2016, and they did it. They end of 20 like end of 20 yeah
yeah,
end
I'm
of
just too. I
2015.
just don't want to. I don't want to pay to watch myself, so that's why I haven't bought it on
It
Amazon. But
it's okay. Yeah, paying to watch yourself. Yeah, that's
it's a little
kind of
weird.
that's kind of. I do feel you on that.
Yeah,
I
but
feel you.
Samuel, I actually do have to go because I'm
Oh,
like
okay.
starving, and
Oh,
the TV is
okay.
sitting in front of me.
Actually, I think I do have a few questions before you like really go. And Martin,
Yeah.
we actually have a few questions from Martin Krebs, and he says, "What's your favorite childhood shows?" Like,
Um,
well, actually,
real
anything PBS wise or WGBH wise. What was anything like?
That's a loaded question. Honestly, I cannot remember. Like for in terms of like PBS, I can't remember. But I didn't really watch a lot of TV when I was a kid because I didn't like we didn't have like a living room TV until I was like a teenager. Wait.
Oh, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Don't worry. I'm just telling the dudes we're wrapping up here. I'm just telling the dude wrapping up. And also,
Wait,
he asked, "What was
I
it like
want more
working with?"
representation. I want it all in the
I see,
soup.
I see.
Yeah, he says, "What is it like with work?" He also asked, "What was it like working on Fetch?" And we've already explained that. What was it like to like working on the 4th season? And we've already explained that. You're talking about your background, and he also wants to know who was your favorite singer.
Um,
Britney Spears?
what back then or now?
I think for whatever time, like who was your favorite singer?
Whitney
No. Yeah, no. My favorite. I mean, I'm more of a band person. So it's hard to say my
Okay, yeah,
favorite
I'm
like
more of a
singer.
band person too. I was in the band for so long.
Yeah.
Well, well, Bethany, thank you for joining my podcast. I actually had a really good time talking to you, and hopefully, if I don't know if you can get Liza or anybody, but hopefully, but I do. I think I do have some. I do have somebody maybe in the future. I do plan. I don't. You went. She actually went to the same college as you, as I'm aware. Her name is like Kyla Pratt. She actually was part of Sesame Street. Like she played like this Jane Tuesday.
I actually feel like I recognize that name. That's interesting. There were a couple
Well,
people at
not
Emerson.
Kyla Pratt. Kyla Terb. I'm sorry, Kyla
I'm not
Terb.
sure. There were a couple
Kyla
people.
Ter's from Kyla Pratt's from the Proud family. That's what I remember her
Oh, I
from.
was like, yeah, I don't know.
I get confused with Kylas. There's so many Kylas, that are out
Yeah.
there. So, but yeah, thank you for joining. And next week, folks, hopefully, if I can get him, hopefully
Did you
next
turn
week,
the fan
folks.
off up there?
Oh, it's
Oh.
Oh yeah,
it's,
hopefully
Goodness
next.
gracious, it got so cold down here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hopefully next week, folks, I'm gonna be talking to Pete Capella, who was actually the voice of Silver the Hedgehog next week, if I can get him.
That's super cool.
But I'm gonna be playing him. But I'm gonna be getting him on next week. And Bethany, once again, thank you for interviewing him next. I'm gonna be interviewing him next week. So and thank you, Bethany, for joining my podcast.
Yeah,
And-
no problem.
And maybe I can, if I am able to, maybe I can have you back if I'm able to. Maybe I can have you back for some time in the near future if I'm able to. And yeah. So thank you, and thank you guys for watching the podcast. And until then, everybody. I know this was probably very short, but until then, everybody, take care, everyone. And yeah.